This is a Big Brother 27 live feed update on eviction night. Comment, like, share, subscribe, get me to 1,000 subs. So, in this update, I'm going to talk about the battle for Ava's vote for the upcoming eviction. I'm going to talk about Zach seducing Ashley, Morgan wanting to be on Love Island, and Lauren all of a sudden wanting to be a big girl and possibly wanting a tie. We'll see. Anyway, first let's talk about the AVA vote situation. Now, as you know, AVA was a part of the Bond Alliance, which included the two people on the block, VHOH, Ava, Vince, and Zach. Now, Ava doesn't trust Vince that much. She does trust Zach, and I do believe internally she is pissed off at Lauren. Because again, I highlighted this in a previous upload. Ava was very happy about being in an alliance. She was doing a happy dance and singing about how she's in an alliance, and then Lauren wins HOH and utterly ruins it. Now, again, we could blame it on Zach and Vince not being aggressive enough to get her to put up Ashley. You could blame it on even Ava not sort of really pushing her to put up Ashley. But ultimately, that bad decision was on Lauren. She played scared. She played like a punk. She feared the POC woman, as I say, and she screwed over her own alliance. And I think out of everybody in that alliance, she's closest to Will, and so that's why she doesn't want to evict him. Now, she doesn't mind what the others do, but she doesn't want to evict Will. And Ava pretty much confirmed that when she was talking to Vince and Zach in the storage room. I mean, she first confirmed it with Zach when she spoke with him quickly, one on one, and then she confirmed it again with Vince and Zach. And so, I mean, it's on Zach and Vince on whether or not this time they push Lauren to break the tie, and whether they want to put their big boy pants on and actually be men for once in their life in the game and draw some lines, because it seemed like it's going to be a endurance. And quite frankly, if they have Adrian and Kelly on their side, I mean, I guess their stiffest competition could be a Jimmy, possibly an Ashley, but I don't know. She seems too bougie to hang in there with an endurance. Try to not underestimate anyone, but yeah, Morgan could win. Morgan, Jimmy. But that would still have so many targets in the house that I still don't think Vince and Zach would be in danger. Now, I feel like Vince needs this more than Zach, because Zach is actually covered better throughout the house. So Vince needs to make this move more to get Will out, more so than Zach does. Which brings me to the other portion of this video. Zach and his seducing the women in various ways is so far played into his favor. Now, with Rachel, the fact that he cleans the house and helps her clean, that's what has won Rachel over when it comes to Zach. And she's like cheerleading Zach being in a showmance with Lauren. So that's what helps him out with Rachel. And then obviously with the other women, he has a good relationship with Lauren, a good relationship with Mickey. And a lot of that has come through Ashley, pushing for Zach while throwing Morgan under the bus. Another woman who Zach has a good relationship with. And a lot of that has to do with, Zach seducing Ashley. And we saw a lot of it last night on the feeds where he held her hand. They had a back and forth where Ashley told him where his girlfriend was. And he basically said she's his girlfriend because he talked about is the girl standing by the refrigerator, and that's where Ashley was standing. And then he pretended to try to kiss her and told her to date him, and Ashley was goo goo gaga over it. After the fact, she talked to Mickey and Rachel about it, talked to Ava about it, giggled with Riley about it. So she's in love with the man, and Zach has realized this, and that's why he doesn't really want HOH because he doesn't want to put Ashley on the block. And for his game, it would be stupid. Because Ashley's actually winning him allies and making Morgan a bigger target to people like, Mickey and Rachel, funny enough. So, if anything, Zach, when it comes to competitions, he shouldn't try to win anything, at least until jury, because it actually seems like some of these chicks will actually go after each other before they realize they need to go after him. Now, he still should want a few dudes going into jury in the house still to be targets ahead of him. And you would think the ultimate target, Rachel, would be more than enough. But again, a lot of these dumb females, which I've highlighted, want to take Rachel far into the game. Morgan being one of the main ones, along with Ashley. Now, speaking of Morgan, as much as she loves to, sort of babble about game a lot, another thing that she desires is romance or showmance. And she's been talking to people about, wouldn't it be cool if they did an all-star season? And it was all based on seeing who would be interested in one another. And she basically stated she wants a season that's basically Love Island. So that's what she has her head wrapped up in. And it's funny. And lastly, it just seems like Lauren realizes stupid move she made. She even called out her HOH as being stupid, which it was. And so now she wants to be aggressive and is ready to break a tie if Adrian's on the block next to Will. So we'll see if that happens or not. And yeah, these are the only episodes to sort of look forward to, the eviction ones.